No more spinning, please. Hello and welcome to another episode of FCOB News. My name's Nathan, and this is Richie. Today, I'm preaching, so hopefully I do a good job. If not, then they may provide earplugs, but that's not on me.
We do, but that's a different story. Today is the last day of the fireworks tents that we've been staying overnight in for the last 2 weeks.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Time for sleep.
Yes, not quite, but we're getting there. We need as many people to help as we can to tear down. So immediately following service today, if you can come to the north or the south location and help as long as you can, we'll get this tucked away and we'll be ready to get out of there as soon as possible.
The 4th of July outreach was such a fun time. We had a blast. Cold dunk tank, though. I tell you what. Shout out to all the volunteers and also Ben and Tish Boak for hosting it and putting it on and helping with preparing everything.
Coming up August 1st is going to be our very own Nate Leahy's last service. You have a month to prepare for this one, so don't freak out. Immediately following that service, there's going to be a lunch that will be catered and pre-packaged, and the Nathan Leahy is accepting cash as gifts, so bring cash, not actual gifts. Thank you.
Coming up soon is our Vacation Bible School. It runs
a free childcare service that we provide for a whole week.
No, don't say that! It runs from August 3rd to August 7th.
And you know, a very wise man once told me, we just give them crowns and let them go.
Shh! We're going to get in trouble. You need to stop saying stuff like that. They learn about Jesus.
Listen, I just heard it from some bald guy at one point. Don't blame me, okay?
Well, it's going to be a blast no matter what. There is a pre-registration form in your bulletin. Looks like this, so fill it out. Also, if you want to volunteer, just contact Amanda Van Zanny, and it's going to be a blast for the kiddos.
All right, and Wednesday nights, Men of Iron is going to be starting a new series called Kingdom Man by Tony Evans, and we've got some footage to show you. So gorge your eyes on this glorious man footage.
You need some sleep, buddy.
I love action-adventure movies. When these serial hunters take days, weeks, months, sometimes even years looking for that treasure, they have to overcome a lot of difficulties and challenges, which they do. And finally, they reach their treasure. Jesus says there's another treasure. He calls it the kingdom of God. He said this treasure is worth finding because it involves authority and rights and privileges and responsibilities that are second to none. The problem is today that many people have settled for trinkets. A treasure's worth fighting for, but when you just settle in, then you live an ordinary life, never discovering this special thing that God has offered to us all. Jesus himself said in Matthew chapter 13, verse 44, that this treasure, this kingdom of heaven, is a treasure like one that's hidden in a field. It's worth searching for, digging out, because it has so very, very much to offer. Men, God has a standard. He will not lower his standard to us, but he invites us to raise our standard to him to discover this awesome treasure. But so many men, having lowered the standard, are living with scars. And the scars are everywhere, not only in their lives, but in the lives of those they touch. Scars that lead to low self-esteem or even aimlessness. And it is a direct result of the abuse or neglect of biblical manhood. That must change. Yet it cannot change unless men raise the standard to where God originally placed it. Men, we've got to raise the standard and remind ourselves of manhood as God originally intended it to be. Join me and other men from around the world on a journey to rediscover what it means to be a kingdom man.
This has been FCOB News. Now will everyone rise and applaud for our very own Nathan Leahy.